is too close to useless. I'm over 60. I don't feel useless or faulty or even ancient. I have a different perspective. So I'm going to present it to you today, and perhaps you'll rethink or re-see people over 60. I think people over 60 have advantages over you, benefits that they don't often share verbally. And one of them is people over 60 are very empathetic. We have tons of empathy. We do. Why? We've already done it. Empathy is sympathy on steroids. Because when we listen to you, we relate, we think, we can identify with your pain and with your gain. People over 60 have empathy. Another thing people over 60 have is they are learned. They've done it. They've finished with the school, with the classes, and with all of life's lessons. Once you get into 60, I can promise you, and it's nice to see someone smiling. I can promise you it does get simpler and easier because you have a perspective now. You're a little bit more receptive and kind of figure things out. You are indeed learned. As a parent, teenager, whatever, you learn laughter, you learn love, you learn a little bit of lust, and lots of luck. And it all is part of the ingredients. Over 60s is a good time. Also, people over 60 are discerning. They are. You should see me shop. I go into Whole Foods, I know where the milk is, I know where the yogurt is, I know where the bananas are. I'm in and out in 4 minutes. Oh, people over 60 don't go into a theater, walk in and say, where are we going to sit? They already know. They know when they bought the ticket where they're going to sit. That's one of the benefits of being over 60. Very discerning. We learn how to respond to people, and when not to. People over 60 do have a few advantages. One of the others is that most of us are even-tempered. We tend to now be able to manage our emotions better. Not completely, we're still human, but we do manage them better. We tend to take our wins with a little less exuberance and our losses with a little bit less depression. Life for us is a little bit more balanced now. For those of you under 60, it is. And balance, as you all know, is very important. So, no, that's why you find most people over 60 usually wear a smile. Over 60 gives you a certain degree of resilience. Over 60 means you can last longer, up here and physically. You can endure. If you've seen that movie, I think it's The Darkest Hour by Winston Churchill. I mean, there's a man at 60 who took over a nation. And when he's even older, he saved the nation. People over 60 can help you understand when to have and the value of resiliency, how to keep on going. Me, I call it a combination of patience and stubbornness in a good way. And it's not in your DNA. It's something you work on and develop through trial and error. So grant people over 60 that. The last thing that I can offer you or mention about people over 60 is that we are a source for you. We are. People over 60 have a tendency to be open, receptive, and generous with what they know and what they've done. It's almost instinctive. I mean, it's behind the phrase, what are we gonna do? We can't take it with us. So let's give it to people. We are, and we wanna be a source for you. And most often, I know, most often people now go into Google searches. But consider this, if you go to someone over 60, that person is not searching your privacy or wanting to deal messages. And it's free and it's friendly. And who knows, you may enjoy it more than a Google search. All kinds of knowledge. So, please, when you think of and address people over 60, don't consider us useless or useful. We're not. I'm asking you to look at us differently. So toss out the word old. And if you agree with me that we are more empathetic, that we are a little bit more learned, that we are discerning, that we are emotionally balanced a little bit, that we are resilient, and we are a good source for you, then would you consider not calling us old, but elderly? We just like that better. And I tell you, there'll come a time when you will too. Thank you.